Good morning. Hello. Hi, Ellen. How are you? Hello. Hi, Gail. I had to run Izzy to take her car in for service, and I made a few, one of these, you know, these little frames. Oh, it's crap. It's broken. I could send it back, but it's not worth it. I'm just gonna throw that away. I did a few more of these little tiny, they're little oil paintings, little itty bitty oil paintings for someone who commissioned me to do these to make the little ornaments. Look at the crab, isn't that cute? So much fun. I love doing these. These little ones don't take any less time than a bigger painting, but they're fun. They're so cute. Good morning, Cheryl. Hi, Maddie. Hi, Amy. Hi, Betsy. I was excited to paint this morning because I'm going to do those pink tulips, and like I woke up and I thought, oh, I get to paint those today. So much fun. Hope they turn out. Can you hear me okay? I have my little headphones in. I wanted to make sure you could hear me. And I have all new colors. I mean, not new colors, but fresh palette. Like I've been playing around with my acrylics. I was doing these fun hearts. Did you see it posted on the other day? I might make some necklaces with them, but they have the gold leaf, and then I'm putting fun little words on them, like things to wish for. Aren't they fun? So I was playing with those, and then I was doing playing around with this other acrylic. Because I'm playing with something maybe to do when I do my membership, these adorable little bookmarks that are reversible. But I wanted to play with a few more, so this is the next one that I was doing. So much fun. So I kind of wasn't oil painting for a couple days, so I cleaned off all my paints, and now I have new little piles, and I love that. It's just so wonderful to have clean brushes and clean piles of paint, clean, dry, wet, you know, not dry, you know what I mean. Anyway, so, hi, Julie. So cute. Yeah, thank you. Oh, I missed all these comments. Can't wait. Joined. Wonderful. Okay. Hi, Kim. All right, so I'm going to turn this around and get started. All right. Oh, let me see. Is this light better or worse? Worse. I think we can live without it. I cannot wait until someday when I have a bright, sunny studio. Like yesterday when I did a little like reel about those hearts that I was doing, these, and they're so bright and so cheerful, and just because I didn't have enough light they look dark, but I just love all that whimsy of that fun. Like that just entertains me endlessly. It's a little crazy, but I'm sure you guys all feel the same way when you're working on something like that. So fun. So what is new? What have you guys been up to? Have you been painting anything fun? Oh, I was working on, I think I'm finished with, wait, I'll turn this around. Oh, my commission. Oh, no, I'll turn it back around. Sorry. This, sorry about my messy looking space. This, whoop. I think that is finished. I need to sign it and just make sure I don't want to add any other lighter lights on there. And then I started playing around with, this is just a very base layer, but a big landscape kind of in a different style. Always playing. Now wait, whoops, let me turn it this way. Okay. Task here. Good morning, Gabby Berg. Thank you. Enjoying doing a little painting. Good, Amy. It's the best. Okay. All right. Hi, Morgan. Okay, I have my little frames. Let me get them out of the way. And it's funny, I feel like I constantly buy these panels. Like I should have stock at the company. I buy that many of them. And I buy them, I do my gold sides in the beginning, and I try my best to wire them and have them all ready to go so that when they're drying, I can hang them up. Gabby said, I made a Valentine banner on the oil paper you suggested weeks ago. I used acrylic paint and pens. Oh, that's fun. That oil paper is wonderful for anything. I'm going to do something with one of my friends, and it's like Saturday sketch thing that we'll do together. It'll be on here on Instagram in a couple of weeks. And I've been kind of brainstorming what I want to do. Because I don't sketch very often, but I love to. It's just, you know, it doesn't fit in. So I was thinking I might get paper and do pencil drawing. That's what I used to love to do in college. Just draw with pencil. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm not, oops, not sure. I'm looking. And I've been playing around with these pigments too. Aren't they beautiful? This is a really light blue one, like a yellow ochre and a really pale pink, made from rocks. So I have my book from this same friend that, whoops, I'm going to do that with. I probably showed you this to you last week, called A Geology of Color. It's by Lauren Souter. She did those pigments. So I need to read that. Not need to, I really want to. Okay, let me get started. Let me get focused here. I need a bigger brush. Oh, look at this fun brush. I don't know where I got this. Look at that. Sometimes it clips bright, flat. Boy, it's not very pointy. I like my flat brushes to have less of a splayed. But I've been playing, like with landscapes, I've been playing around with using different shape brushes, and it's been good. Good experimenting. Always good to play around with different things. I need to get on task here. What kind of pencil do you use to draw? Oh, I just use any old pencil. I've been playing around with, there's different weights of these Black Wings pencils. Do I have a few different weights of them? But I just use any old pencil, like these. My good old favorite Dixon Ticonderoga #2 with one of these erasers on the end are like my favorite tool. I have them all over, and they're all little stubs like this. I should paint one of these. That would be fun. How do you see out comments and film? Oh, just look back and forth. It gets a little bit easier if you do it a lot, but it's a little tricky. I try to, and sometimes it doesn't scroll for me. So then I have to check and make sure I'm not missing anything. When it gets really quiet, I think, oh, is no one talking to me? And I'm like, oh no, it's just that it's not scrolling. Hi, Amy. What kind of board are you using? Jane, it is for oil. It's called gesso board, and they come in flat panels, or you can get the raised panels. I like this because you don't have to frame it, and you can hang it. It's very contemporary looking. See, it's gesso board. You can see it stamped in there. This is for oil, but they do make boards like this. Like I have some that you can use for watercolor. Sometimes they accidentally send me the wrong ones, and I always think I hold on to them because I would like to play around with that. It's just a nice smooth surface. Anyway, excuse me. The queen of multitask I am, but that's a bad habit. People who work with me tell you I multitask too much. It's hard not to. And you guys, you can't hear my music, right? Because I have my headphones in. No, Jane, this is oil paint. I used to do a lot of watercolors, and I love watercolors very, very much. But I started doing oils because I wanted to loosen up my style. With watercolor, I paint much tighter, much more realistically, I guess. And I wanted to loosen up, so I started doing oil painting. And kind of really stuck. I love how buttery it is. Yeah, Anita, they're so expensive. I know, and I buy them constantly. They are very expensive. Okay. looking in. There's too much glare on there for you. I have to find a better way to light here so that you can see what I'm doing, or I can see what I'm doing, but it doesn't make glare for you. Is that better? I think. I don't know if it is. Jane said, so beautifully transparent. Yes. Oh, yes. It is, because I'm just doing a little bit of medium mixed in, and it is beautifully transparent. And I try to let some of this layer show through in the end. I do love how transparent it is. Okay, should put some of my greens in there. So these are flowers from Lancaster Central Market that I bought. I think it was on Saturday that I was there. And I can't remember if I actually took this photo at market or if I took it on the way out of market, because I actually bought these for myself and sadly didn't keep them alive very well. And I bought the same for my mother-in-law. Oh, Kim, my goal, it was February, but I don't know if I'm going to have it ready in time. But it's not off the table that it could happen by then. I've been working on all the things. It's a crazy amount of things to get ready to do something like that, because I'm not only, you know, thinking about the curriculum of what kinds of things I want to share and what things we could do, but I also have to like set up a sales page, and I have to set it up in Kajabi, which is the place that will house the course. It's just so many like moving parts to get it together, but I've been working on it a little bit every day. What medium do you add to the oil for the underpainting? I use this product. It's called Zest It. You can either mix linseed oil and like terpenoid. I think that's the product. Or I just buy this because it's easier. It's I get it from Rosemary Art. Oops, I keep getting this bright. All right. Been loving this color, this kind of bright turquoisey blue lately. It's really pretty with the pink. Boy, there's still a lot of glare on there. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Good morning, Allie. How are you? Oh, Kim, thank you. Oh, I'm just doing what I love. It's really dark in there. Dark. I'm gonna get some brighter greens. Hola. And my work's been really busy too, so that slows me down on working on other things. But I have some fun projects I'm working on for work, so that's good. Jane, it sure is a beautiful way to begin the day. So I started getting up early and painting before work years and years ago, when Isabel was a little bit more independent, and I could spend that time instead of, you know, making breakfast. And back when she was little, I used to have all my friends' kids here in the morning, you know, friends who needed to go to work and couldn't have their kids with them in the morning, because I live only like half a block from the elementary school, and all the kids, you know, would come here in the mornings, which was fun. And my work day, like I had my, I didn't have my office here, but I would kind of start my work day early. And then once Isabel was older, I made the commitment to get up and paint every morning before work. And it just never stopped. It just grew and grew, and I love it. My favorites are Saturday and Sunday when I have more than an hour to paint. So my little 7-year-old grandson's home virtual, yeah, getting ready for his arrival. But oh, good, Lonnie. What a good grandmama to be hanging out with him. Yeah, Isabel's doing virtual, but you know, she's in high school, so it's super easy. But we did run her car in to get serviced this morning. That was my little busy momming this morning. Yeah, it is. It's busy, and the homeschool thing is, I hope. Well, actually, my husband went back. He's back in school. The kids are all back in at his school district. They were off like the whole time and just went back. Okay. Thanks, Lynn. All right, so now I feel like it's dark here. That helps me a little bit, and that's not too much glare for you, right? I'm thinking I might pull a little away. I think it's close to. Okay, here. Izzy get into school. My daughter is still waiting to hear. Oh, Isabel she got in to Duquesne. She got into a few schools. She really wanted to go to Temple, but she didn't get in their nursing program. But right now I think Duquesne's probably her top choice. And they gave her a nice offer, and it's a beautiful school. The only downside is it's 4 hours from here. How to get the lines. Oh, on the photo, it's an app called Grid. This is the app. It's called Grid, #Grid or Grid. No, wait, let me see. What did it say? It's this G like this. It's either #Grid or Grid hashtag. I always forget which order it's in. That's how I just put them on there. And then I put them on my board just to give me a map of kind of where I'm going so that I know. I think I'd be fine without it. It just gives me confidence to know that everything's kind of going where I want it to go. And I'm much more specific about things like that if I'm doing a commission of like a dog or something like that. I think I did I have more commissions I need to do too, but I think I did more dog commissions this year than ever. They're fun. I enjoy them. Close up my medium. Thanks, Anita. Yeah, so we'll see. She's still waiting to hear back from a few schools. And, you know, it's so much pressure for kids to figure out what they want to do. And it's like you have to pick what you want to do for the rest of your life. And, like, who really knows? I was saying to her this morning in the car, because we were kind of rethinking things and making sure it's what she wants to do. And I said, I applied to college to either go for psychology, which I took all psychology classes in college and loved them, or art. So I applied to 2 schools for psychology, one where my very good friend was going to school. Any tips for growing Instagram followers? Oh, just interact with people and post every day, and I think it's more about building community. So if the best way to get followers is to go on and find other people you want to follow and kind of make friends with them and chat with them. And like I've found that's the best and the most fun about Instagram is making friends. So it's kind of like it's more than just posting every day. It's about building community. Which oil pastels? These are called RNF pigment sticks. They're oil sticks, oil paint and stick form. A list you used here. Okay, I'll try to. It's hard for me to take the time to make a list like that, but I might have something started somewhere. I'll have to look, like in my course. Someone else had asked me questions. Sometimes when people ask me really complicated questions, I have trouble even finding the time to answer them because I have, you know, business too. I have work, and I mean, this is my favorite thing to do, but certainly not where I spend the most of my time. Although I wish it was. We visit with Kim once a week in her basement. Yes, in my basement. Can't beat that for fun, right? Maybe one of these times I'll move up in the world and be somewhere else. I have been kind of setting up my office that I might do my membership when I go live and stuff. For that, I might do that at my office instead of here. Although all my stuff is here. But I actually bought a second one of these easels to have up there, which I think is a brilliant idea. Yeah. Martha, my sister always said, my niece, Erin, who is on here sometimes. I don't know if you saw the post I did when I did the group activity of the Christmas ornament balls. She and her daughter followed along, and her husband made a really cute video. I don't know if you saw it. But anyway, she went to college for the same thing that I did. And my sister was just here the other day. She had me get watercolors for Erin for Christmas for her to give to her. So I got to pick them out. So I played around with some different watercolors and found my favorite brand and bought her some. And I also bought my son's girlfriend some too, because she's been doing gorgeous watercolor paintings also. Anyway, before I forget what I was talking about, which happens all the time, when she went to Kutztown for graphic design like I did, you did a lot of yeah, Nancy, I do need a she shed for sure. My sister said to me, even when I was picking, I said, the watercolors that I chose are pretty expensive. Are you sure that's okay? And my sister said, I learned early on when Erin went to college that all those little tiny things called art supplies pack a big punch for the pocketbook. Art supplies are expensive. And it isn't even so much. It's just, you know, you need so many of them too. But once you have your collection, just little by little. The nice thing is you can just buy a few things and keep growing your collection. I used to buy, I'll show you my paints over here. I used to buy oil paints and I never knew really what I needed. I didn't know the process, like I hadn't learned what I know now. And look at all these those bins are all foil, oil paint. So those are just odd colors that I pull out now and then. But look, and then here are the paints that I use all the time. And then here are all my acrylic paints. So I like have a whole acrylic station over here and a whole oil painting station here. And it wasn't me. Ooh, look at that pretty color. Really pretty. Danica, have you not been doing your open mic nights for a while? Please tell the size of the brush on your right. This one? This is one of my favorites, so Bill Pay. Yeah, I know, I need to set that up. So this is Rosemary Eclipse Short Flat number 12, and this is my other favorite. This is at number 8 of the same. I would like to get the whole set of these, but they're also expensive. They're all late, are they? Oh my gosh. Well, then if I'm going to make these little necklaces, my little heart necklaces of these, I really should do it right now or they're not going to get to people in time for Valentine's Day. Oh, I need words for in there too, like peace and happiness. I asked people to let me know like what kind of words or things like creativity, because I'm calling these a wink and a smile for someone you love. Someone wished for a baby. That was a fun one. And someone wished for a significant other. I could put that on one of them. Someone wished for, oh gosh, I have to look back at them. There were some fun ones. Good, Julie, I'm glad you're back. Morgan, I'm glad you're back. Mama Flick. All right, that was a whole little segue. Now I feel like I'm not focused on what I'm doing, but I'll get back there. true. Should I do one that's true? That's fun too. True. Need a nice dark, and then I'm going to lighten that for my dark areas. I've been playing around like even more with my acrylics, I think, than even my, well, I did a little bit on the landscape that I have behind me that I'm playing around with. I'm having fun experimenting. Like pink and brown are kind of speaking to me lately, so I've been wanting to play around with the combinations of pinks and browns. So one of my new colors that I did a new Vasari purchase, and you have to spend $100, so I got myself, I had a big one of these, but it was drying out. I'd had it for years, so this is just, the Vasari paints are amazing. They're expensive, but you know, oil paint really does go pretty far. A little bit goes a long way. I don't know, that was a little off task there mixing that color, but I did need a nice dark. Okay, now I need like a more of a purple, purplish red. Oh yeah, that's definitely in there. I love purples and reds, and kind of my favorite some days. I always like different colors on different days, but I'd say I'm drawn very much to purples and reds. Pinks, not reds. I actually don't like red very much to paint with. Red's very persnickety color to work with. Very opinionated. Okay, that's a nice neutral light pink there. It's a beautiful vibrant pink. I need some greens. And I need some coffee. What's everybody having today? Coffee or tea? I have my fun mug that has my paint on it. It doesn't have as much on it. Someone must have scrubbed this for me. And pinks, yes, pinks. Tea, Martha's having tea. Someone told me about a wonderful tea that helps soothe my throat. You know, I clear my throat a lot when I'm talking all the time like this. But I didn't have time to make it this morning because I had to run Izzy's car in with her. But I'll have that when I go up to work after I'm finished here. Okay, make some greens. Oh, and I need that really cool turquoisey color. I have to make that too. I'm at work and I have you playing on the second screen while I work. You make my, oh good. Apple and cinnamon tea, good Shelly. I think I've been in there at your work with you on Zoom once or twice, haven't I? Yeah, it's nice when you can work and do something else at the same time. Oh, Danica, I was asking, are you still on here? You haven't done any of your open mic nights lately, have you? Or did I just miss them? Sometimes I feel like Instagram doesn't tell me all the things that I want to know, like who's doing what, and then I miss things. But Danica plays the ukulele. She does open mic nights, and I like to listen to that. Lots of times on Mondays. Look, I'm getting paint all over my hands. That's never good. Never good. All right, I need a color in between. This is nice, but I need to... That might be too blue. I need to add... put this in there. doesn't look like enough, but yep. Ooh, that's pretty darn close. Okay, I think that's a good amount to start with there. All right, now I'm gonna pull this up back to where we were. That's good enough, I think. Oh, I know, I love that color, Allie. Like, love it. Like, I even bought a pen the other day for my acrylic stuff. I'm doing a project for the daycare for my little friend Emerson's daycare. I'm going to read a book and do a Valentine project, and I was walking through AC Moore and bought this just because I love the color. So I had to go shopping and buy stuff for that. I have to work on that too. I don't know, I might have talked about that last week. I'm going to read them a book called Do You Know How to Spot an Artist? I think I showed you that last week. What color did you add to the turquoise for the middle color? Oh, I added a little bit of Viridian blue, green to that, because this has a little more green than that. It was too blue. It needed to go a little green. So we'll see how it looks. Hopefully it'll work. Oh, yeah, that's good enough. I feel like it's, what time is it? 8:39. I'm like a little off task today. I feel like I'm not quite, I think maybe it was getting kicked off here might have threw me for a loop a little. Took me off my focus. Whatever of that I have. Not much. Okay, so this goes back. AC Moore closed. Yeah, closed. I guess, did it go out of business? I went to Michael's. Did I say AC Moore? Yeah. Ours were right across from each other for a long time. And then Michael's moved to like the new shopping center by us. And then I think that other one closed. I would love like a real art store. Like, I mean, you know, they do have fun things at Michael's and AC Moore, but I want to go to an art store and buy all the, I guess I'm better off not having one near me. So I would be shopping all the time. We did have one in downtown Lancaster for a long time. It was called the Art Store because there were so many advertising agencies downtown here that it could support. And agencies, you know, back when I started, we did everything by hand. There was no... when I started my job, we didn't even have computers. We did everything on the drawing table. Martha says we have Jerry's now. Oh my gosh, that is so fun. I would love to have a Jerry's. Yeah. Yeah, so then everything, you know, we started doing everything on the computer, and that really changed their business. I'm looking for my dark areas now. Martha, where do you live? That would be fun to have a Jerry's. I think we'll have fewer and fewer brick and mortar stores. Although with art supplies, like, it's so wonderful to see them, really see the colors. Like, it's hard to buy colors by looking at them. I find that with the R&F pigment sticks. Like, I would love to go to the store that sells those because I really want to see what they look like. Oh, Greensboro, North Carolina. How nice. I have a friend that lives in Brevard. Is that anywhere near you? I think she's near Asheville. Somewhere that I get to visit every now and then. What a beautiful place to live. That's who the painting that's behind me, that's who that's for. That's going to live in Brevard. The one that I showed you earlier, if you were on here earlier. You would think with the art college in Lancaster, there'd be, yes. We do have a little, cute little one. It's called Curio. I haven't been in it yet. But I think it's just, you know, a few fun things and what the students need. It's not like a full-blown art store, which I can't blame them. I mean, that's a lot of merchandise for them to have too. But actually, Kutztown, where I went to college, they used to have an amazing art store. I'm sure they probably still do. Because when students get projects to do, you can't order things online and wait 3 weeks for it to come. Nearer to Asheville. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's so pretty there. It's funny, I turned my music off completely since I took my earbuds out, and it's so, the quiet is so weird to me. I'm so used to listening to music while I paint that the quiet sounds loud. You ever like that? Do you think sometimes quiet is louder than noise? Our house is noisy though. I mean, we always have company coming in and out. It's busy. It's kind of like the landing place. All the neighbors come here. Not as much now, but still, it still happens. It's just kind of the same bubble of people that we see all the time. But I'm not used to quiet. Trying to push this back right here. Yeah, I play music all day too. So do I. Oh, that's too dark. And I like all different kinds of music too. I change up what kind of music I listen to. Let some of that spontaneous color show too of the pigment sticks. All right, I need another sip of my coffee. Yeah, so I could try doing this either in YouTube or in Facebook if other people have been having trouble with problems like with the sound going out. That was wonky. I don't know. Is today going to be a crazy day too with inauguration? Things might be a little crazier. Do I varnish? Yes, Jane, I do. At the very end, I let my paintings dry for quite a long time just to be safe before I ship them. And these small ones I spray varnish. My larger ones I often do brush varnish, but these little ones I spray varnish. Is that push back? I think that's pushed back enough. So I try to think about what's coming forward and what's going back. It's already 46. Wow. Yeah, I'm a little behind today. A little behind. I try to let them dry if I can for like a month. Sometimes they don't need to. It depends on colors. Like if I'm painting with reds or like really strong blacks, they tend to take longer to dry. And sometimes the blue, that video blue extra pale that I love, that takes a long time to dry. So part of it depends on what colors I'm using. And then the other part of it depends on, you know, the weather. Even though, you know, and I put them in my furnace room to dry because they dry a little bit more quickly. So I just check on them, Like I just shipped out 4 paintings yesterday. And like, well, you know, some of them I felt like I painted a month ago, and then other ones, it was just more recent, but they were already dry. Oh, I use, I can go get that in a minute. My varnish that I use, I think it's over by the stairs. So I just used it the other day. Oh, I'm going to do some of this fun one here. Hi, Jackie. Yeah. Late to the show. That's okay. Isn't there a drying accelerator? Yes, this, sometimes I use this. This accelerates it. Liquid. I use it. I really don't use it that often. I use that more if my painting, if my paints feel dry. Like some tubes of paint that are older, they feel dry. And some brands are drier than others too. That's when I'll use that to moisten it. And it does accelerate the drying time. I just try not to use many chemicals. Oh, I'm using, Louise, I'm using Rosemary and Company Eclipse short flat brushes. They're my favorite. Oh, you're welcome. I love my art supplies. That's another thing that I want to do in my membership, is to do, like, experiment with different things and kind of do it together, and see what works and find new things to use. Like Winsor Newton's going to send me some of their water-soluble oils to play around with. I wasn't going to do it. Like, they asked me if I wanted some. And then, you know, of course, I have to post and share it and everything. And I wasn't sure I wanted to do it because I really don't have time to do that. Are they bristle or nylon? I don't know. I don't know. Barbara said, I finally made it to your live painting. So much fun to watch you paint. Oh, thanks, Barbara. It is so much fun to do. Yeah, I don't know if they're synthetic or, I don't know. Good morning, Pam. I think I need dark in here. Now I'm trying not to hurry. I feel like I need to hurry because time's slipping away. But I'm not going to hurry. I'm take my time. I feel like they are bristle, but they're too far away. How can you tell? I don't know. You know, it's kind of like I just figured out the ones I like the best, and I never gave it another thought. The bristles are typically coarser. Oh, do you think they're synthetic, Anita? Anita, you have them too, don't you? Good morning to Scottsdale, Arizona. Is it beautiful and warm there? I cannot wait for warm weather. My walks have been very cold. Very, very cold. I don't know if I'll fit that in today or not, my walk. I do love my walks. The colors are so fun in this, aren't they? All right, what am I missing here? What time is it? 53. It's going to just cut me out if I don't get moving here. I have a hard time lightening reds and pinks. I try not to add white. Yellow, I get orange. I do have ideas for that. I use one more inexpensive option is you can mix your like pink, your like my permanent rose, you can mix with this radiant magenta. It's a Gamblin. Gamblin has a lot of these radiant colors, and if you mix those colors in, they lighten it without making it get chalky. So that is a really good tip. Now wait, I'm thinking hard because I feel like I don't have enough time. Yes, I had the Bristle Classic Filberts. Yeah, that's great. And you like the filbert better than the flat. The filbert is kind of more rounded, right, Anita? Well, I might have to finish this on my own. Just been one of those wonky days. You just never know how it will go, right? Because it's already 55. I don't know. I could still finish it in time, maybe. Oh, I know. Oh, it's 40% off for Gamblin. That's good to know. I ran last night at the spur of the moment to get stuff for this little project for the daycare. And I left without my coupon, although the boy there actually, put in the coupon for me anyway, which was lovely. But I also forgot that someone had told me that there was a big sale on all their paints at Michael's. Do you think I even thought about that? No. I like the fact that you don't make a replica of the photo. Instead, you have an artist sign. Yes. And that's what makes it so much fun. Like, I don't want to be super realistic. And I like when there's, like, random things that happen in the painting that that I just let happen. That's what kind of makes it more magical, I think. Yeah, I totally try not to do that. Although there's nothing wrong with it. It's a good practice, too, to play around with, replicating something exactly so that you know how to make those exact colors and things like that. But it's much more fun when you let it go on its own journey. Love the unexpected. It's getting pretty close. I love the blue in there with it. Oh, they are synthetic. Thanks, Anita. Thank you. Now, what else am I missing here? I think I'm close. 57. Oh, you know what? It's not going to kick me off, even though I have to run to pick up a print. Someone ordered a print from me on Etsy. And I don't promote my prints very often or my Etsy page. So when an order, and I have most of my prints at a gallery in Kennett Square, so I've got to run and pick up a print. Mine is a long journey. Oh, what is your long journey? I missed that. Now I just need to do my lip. It's not going to kick me off though right on the nose because I restarted. Of course, that means I've got to figure out how to go into, where do I have to go? I have to go into iMovie and glue the two things together. I should be able to do that. Great brushes. These are, yeah, I love these brushes. Okay, so now I'm looking at what you are seeing in the camera because that does help me. Oh, thanks, Rosemary. Like I'm letting this blue show through. I need a little dark in here. Field of Lilies. Thank you. What a pretty name. Bright and cheerful. That's what we need. Sorry, I stopped talking. I also love this Vasari pink is a favorite. Hi, Sheila. It's called Rosebud. I think I need a new Rosebud because it's running out. All right, what else do I need in there? I see a couple spots of, oh, I'm getting red in my green, and you know what happens when you do that. It's gonna make it too neutral. All right, I gotta look for my little kisses of light and bright. Right here, I need one. Are they popping out good? I see any other real dark areas that I'm needing to, oh, I want to push this back a little bit right here. And me too. Oh, that's a little dirty looking. Now I ran out of paper towels, so I'm being lazy about getting clean. Keeping your rag clean is important. The gorgeous bright green is, how did I make that? Not sure. I made that with probably some transparent yellow green, maybe a little bit, because I see my brush mark, a little bit in my lemon yellow. I like that. Let me make this. And that brings that forward. That needed to separate in there a little bit. You see how much that gave that a little more personality right there. I could use a smaller brush right now to kind of get in more details, but I try not to. You see anything else I've missed? Any areas that, oh, this needs a little something right there. Now I think this draws your eye too much. Let me soften that. What else? What else? What else? Love the pops of aqua and the purple. Yes, so do I. They're just fun colors. They really do dance together nicely. And a lot of times I've found, like if I'm painting and I have a color I love, sometimes it's not really that much about that color. It's more about the colors that it's next to that make that color pop. So I might play around with something and put that same color somewhere else and it doesn't have the same pizzazz as just letting it pop. Damn, I love these colors too. All right, so what else do I need? I'll do a little light and a little oops. Maybe I will go to a smaller brush. I feel like it's a little wonky for me. A couple more lights and then I think I'm finished. I feel a little less focused today because of our faux pas of the sound. And oh, Chris, what I'm mixing right now, I was just making like a little bit of a lighter yellow, kind of more of a glowy yellow to add into a couple spots. At the very end, I do my lightest lights, and that often will like kind of just pull it all together. It's very hard to be patient and do them at the very end, I'll admit that. I always say art teaches me patience. I still have a long way to go in the lessons, but it definitely teaches me patience. That's a little thick of a move there. And I'll do a little one right here. And now I need some light pink, and then I think I'm good. I'm just mixing up a purer light pink. Mine got a little muddy because if you go back and forth like between the green and the red, it turns into gray. Yes, the waiting and being patient and putting those little touches in at the end are the best. Oh, I see a little, I have a little bit of white showing through. How do you keep from picking up color underneath? It does pick up a little bit from underneath, but I try not to fuss with my brush stroke. That's the hard part too, is like I'll put down a little brush stroke and try not to fuss around with it. And that lets that kind of stay pure underneath there, if that makes any sense. I think I'm close to ready. Do I have any more whites showing? Not that it would really matter. If I did, I see some white right here. Go back, push this back right here. My greens are kind of not pure anymore. Oh, thank you, Denise. Oh, I want to put a little bit of this in here. Just looking at it one last time. Oh, you're welcome, Tamara. I love sharing that process of painting because I love painting so much. I love for other people to also enjoy it. Oh, this could go. Do I see any other little white spots that I missed? That was better. No, I think I am finished because there gets to be a point where, like, if I go too far, I'll lose any of the magic and it will start to get tighter looking. Let me go put my name here.